put them on the to you guys. So yeah, so we're gonna do a nice little train your eyes session. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And alright, whatever. Do a nice little train your eye, 2025. How can I make this efficient? Like learn type of thing. Take no journal, you know? But yeah, though. Obviously to fill that. And then we can look at whatever. We can see how this range right here. Okay, now we have that push up. And also previous month high. So not too sure. We should be able to get a reaction on 50%. That's about it though. Yeah, that's about it. And I don't think this is gonna be any other bearish. Yep, this is perfect. I'm being real. Yep, and we can just take our right here. It was a shot. Okay, so we have enough of that, so we're not gonna take that out, which is very much understandable. Oh, because we're on the 5th, so why would we take it out so soon? Or of course you're gonna give it a reaction. Okay, my mistake. 50% they react pretty freaking well. We have continuation down. That was sweep of. Then we also have this right here. So now, yep, nice manipulation. Yep, that was nice. That was nice in general. Good for a closure. We can see. Going back. Not log out, go back. Oh, that might have been my fault. Let's see if we can go back. Oh, maybe it's a... Okay. I'm surprised I even had it still copied. That's interesting. Let's try not to do that again. Yeah. 10 a.m. Alright, so yep, I was saying about this one. Shut the previous day high. And they came something out with speed number 1. And they came in like this, and then so you see this right here. Oh, what was it? It wasn't that. What was it? It was, so it opened up and then we started to go down, not hitting the 50%, so that's manipulation. And then she hit the 50%, then manipulate it again just to go down. So that was nice. We can look that up. Oh no, whatever. Look at that one, whatever. So you see we had our first manipulation. Again. We had our first manipulation, and then we had a second manipulation, and then we had a third manipulation. Well, only really 2 manipulations. Yeah, 2 manipulations. So manipulate lower and then manipulate lower. Take it down again. And we didn't even hit that. That's sad. But still. Alright, let's continue. Not really looking at that anymore. We have that wig. But at the same time, yeah, we got that for that. That's cool. Now we're now what? 13th. Boom. Now the high gets took. Start going low for a little while. So this one was interesting. So manipulate it with that wick down, and then we went higher. Okay, so now looking at this, previous month is taken out, right? Now what we have is this imbalance area right here, area with imbalance. So we can look at that and we can see whatever. So now the draw will be these highs. Actually, that'll be the draw. Okay, we take out those highs too. So now looking at that, we are still in this whole sell to buy right here, and we can look from to here. We can kind of see some bearish reactions off of there. First manipulation, we start to get too higher. Tapping that the candle on the freaking Tuesday actually. Actually go lower, had a bearish day. Huh? So we close. Kind of bearish, so yeah, we had a bearish low day. Then we have this inefficiency, which it's not promised that we're gonna hit as of right now. We are seeking out of mostly before, because I'm expecting this to give a reaction, but I'm not expecting this to hold. Well, I already know it's not gonna hold because of I already know we shoot up on USD. So you can see how this plays, and then you see 50% hit. Then we start to continue down, manipulate down. This would be the most reactional area. So this whole candle is a manipulation to continue higher, more than likely. So get rid of that real quick. We can see how 50% does not get, but you see we instantly shoot up, and now we start to have a nice reaction, sharpen out, and this would be the last manipulation for us to continue higher to take out this high. I'm reading this stuff like a book. I'm not gonna lie to you. This one whole candle was a manipulation down to overall trap these people that was buying at this high. Not buying, selling at this high. And as soon as we opened up, we didn't hit 50%. We just instantly shot up. Now this whole candle that is trapped down like this is the last manipulation candle for us to continue higher, more than likely. See how we respect that? So you see how we are still respecting this whole thing, so I'm not doing that, to be honest. So this whole thing is a nice sell to buy. This whole thing. You see how we're respecting the upper quadrant and whatever your frick. Yeah. Yeah, I high key knew it was gonna continue down, because if my analysis was right, then I went too far. But if my analysis was right, then this would be the last manipulation candle, and we would continue higher and take out this high, like I said. And the fact that we did something like this, right? We took. Oh wait, we started to go down even more, which is kind of fishy. And the fact that we went high and then we had this rejection like this, that was telling me, okay, we're not manipulating no more. It's telling me we're just seeking out liquidity to the low side. So I mean, that was more. If I can explain it, I mean, I wish I really could explain why, but the fact that we had this reaction right here, after I said this is the last manipulation, and we had to still react, we shouldn't be reacting. The fact that we did react it after that is telling me that sellers are coming in, and we are actually seeking out liquidity to the downside. If he wasn't, we wouldn't react. If you get that. So now we're seeking out some liquidity, but then again, this can still hold right here. So you could take your whatever off 50%, and then to real. And what was this? It's on the 27th. Aim for right there. So okay, this is on the 27th. This is not the best. Nice reaction, right? And that's when you really can get out. Not get out. Yeah, you can get out the trade, to be honest with you. We had a reaction. Kind of knew it was going to get a reaction off of that. But this low is not safe as of right now. Especially we're just about to open up the next month. Yeah, so we had a reaction, then we took out that low. Okay, so now I count it to the extreme. So from this candle, range low to range high, see if we get a reaction off of the OTE. Nope, you just blew past that. That candle's already significant. Now come back to here. Obviously, we're gonna have a manipulation a little lower. Now look at the speed on this one. It's telling me that this is more like high time frame intention than this the fact that buyers are hopping in with such speed, it's telling me that this is just not a manipulation. This is just more likely a high time frame narrative and high time frame intention that actually wants to go up and take out these highs. So obviously we got the reaction, but I'm not expecting a huge reaction. We did, and then a shoot up from there should be. Yeah. Anything else would just be weird price action, and not just weird, but also we would just probably go lower. Not lower. More likely go sideways. So yeah. Nice little whatever though. So I like how we kept on reacting off of this area. I really did like how we kept on doing that. Alright, now we took out this buy to sell. Alright. The only thing we have now is this we can react off of. But like I said, there's a Ferrari gap up here, so but looking on the monthly, alright, let's delete that real quick. Looking on the monthly, delete all this. Alright, get that on us off the screen. I will be really looking for a reaction off of here. So that's most likely to draw. The only reaction I'm looking for is the reaction off the Ferrari. Not really looking for a reaction off of here, although we can for sure. So this wick right here, this is the reaction area, the only one we can have our intraday the only one we can have our intraday reactions off of. And as you can see, I mean nobody says we're gonna close bearish, but reactions, look at that, look at that, it's perfect. that is very much clean. Very much clean. Notice how I said nobody said we're gonna close bears, and look at the reaction we had. This is the only thing we can react off of for intraday. Anything else, no. Yeah, this is the only thing. So for intraday, like if we keep on buying, obviously we need to sweep out intraday liquidity to continue higher. And look what we did. We tapped in, and the only thing that can validate this to go down and sweep out some intraday liquidity is tapping into here. And that's what we did. We tapped in, and what do we do? You can go on a 5 minute. You can see. We started to sweep out some liquidity. Alright, that liquidity swept. And then we have this buy to sell, which is more than likely a trap, because if we're bearish coming off of this monthly whatever, we can look to just take out, we can really look to just show no mercy to intraday and start to take out anybody that's still trying to be bullish, which we don't do that. Okay, never mind. Alright, so I thought we was oh wow, what we do actually? Oh, never mind, I'm tripping. The reason why I'm saying I'm tripping now, because this would be most likely taken out if we had some sort of PD array we can enter off of after we take out this. But the fact that we don't, and it's the only one or liquidity right here, yeah, I like that one. Okay, this is doing way, I'm actually doing way better than when I first started the 2025. Oh, I did E-wall, I'm pretty sure. I don't think I did whatever. So now looking at this, alright, delete that off the screen. Now what we really can do, if we can do this wick, that's the wick. Like the reason why I'm not doing this from inbox or whatever, never mind, I just don't feel it. Never mind, I don't feel like these are gonna have a good reaction. The only significant one is in the extreme of premium. When we are coming into premium pricing, extreme premium pricing, you can look for a good reaction for chopping down intraday. So more than likely, obviously, we're gonna have a reaction off of this sweep. If this sweep can be the obvious, this for regular can be an obvious draw, more than likely. Once we close, see how we're coming to the extreme too. So now we're expecting a complete bearish candle to fill this inefficient price action, to just throw off the whole intraday. The whole intraday is going to be thrown off from this whole bearish reaction, because intraday doesn't look at high time frame. They don't. So once we have this whole bearish candle that fills an efficient price action, they're gonna be like, oh, it's a downtrend, and that's gonna be whatever. Give it a sec. Okay, that was the last manipulation, I like to think. It's GG's to anybody continue to buy from there, actually. Or you gotta take out some sort of liquidity. That's my mindset with this. Oh, we're just holding bullish. What's the date? 14th. Oh, not expected. I mean, obviously we're still having some reactions, but that's fine. But the jaw's not being hit for some odd reason. If the jaw's not being hit, that doesn't mean doubt. That's why it's so important to build up confidence and this stuff, and really take your time out to back test, because once you build confidence, nothing can tell you otherwise what's going on. So the fact that I'll be quote unquote wrong means it's more likely high time frame narrative that way, whatever. This is just weird price action. I'm being weird. I'm being very, very, very real. This is weird price action. Nice trap though. The key to buy. So, what's the date? The whatever. Okay, wait to open it, and then the bottom was gonna be the trap. So then we can place our entry. Place our entry, something like this. As when that monthly opens, bottom one is gonna take out this inefficiency, hit 50%, and then yeah, that's what I'm guessing. So I really feel like it's gonna do. And yep, new monthly. No, we just completely lose. So taking out all the liquidity will be so intentional. The fact that we didn't is cool. So that was just a month of just weird price action. We just range. Like I said, when we range, this is when lit cycles become actually useful. So if you go in here, you can more likely see that it was a lot of lit cycles, as in sweep of Asia high or low, and then take out the other end. So if we take out the Asia high, we're gonna take out Asia low. Take out Asia low, we're gonna take out Asia high. Look at this, look. So Asia low, high. Asia low, take out the high. Yeah, that's the only day. Asia low, okay. Asia low took, take out the high. The whipsaw, okay. Asia low, Asia high to Asia low, to Asia high again, the whipsaw. And then nothing. Asia low, Asia high, Asia high to Asia low, Asia high to Asia low, Asia low to Asia high. See what I'm saying? And that was a big move right there. Take out Asia low. Take out to go all the way up. So why is he freaking walking around so freaking much? Blood. Alright, this becomes cake. This whole thing right here. To be real with you, we can. Hey, we can see reaction over here. 50% for sure though. What a weird thing. What a weird freaking thing. So we went to go take out this. And we never hit 50% of either one, so just cool. Okay, well, pretty freaking weird. What the frick? Oh, Tyes going, whatever. I do remember this though, but now taking out this from honest inefficiency, and the last inefficiency to fail. Whatever this body would be, next reactional area. All jokes to the side, all jokes to the side. That sucks. Looks like we're just kind of going up from there. Tapping into the wick. Having a reaction. An efficiency right there. Tapping the face, tapping the body. This becomes the reactional area. Yeah, bro. I mean, it's really not a shocker. Let's go back to that. It's not a shocker at all. And then coming into this upper quadrant. And now, obviously, more likely reaction. So right when I wake up, and then see this reaction down. Opens down here. That reaction down. It's like okay. Then we end up taking a high. Alright, so before we take that high, create double highs. Taking out the low, feeling like it isn't. No. Would I have gotten into there? I mean, well, no, I have to wake up, no. Even in Asia on 8:30. I'll need something to really seek. And it's kind of clear that we're right there from here, though. Very much clear why we got there from here. To me, at least. That was the only PY entry. So yeah. I'll be making so many training eyes, but I just don't be watching them because I'll be remembering all them. I remember all the stuff that really happened, so I'm like, bro. Alright, let's go back to here. %50% would be the only spot I'll like. That as well, that can be a spot. OT could be that's a nice reactional area. Alright, well, looking at the whatever. And then we have last manipulation, must be there. Oh. Alright, sideways, that's cool. 110% cool. Yeah, I'm telling you, the only time we're gonna come and take out this eye is at late in the afternoon. What do we do? Can we take out this eye late in the afternoon? Could have just got this for today. It's really want it, and then now we have 50% being hit in Asia. You have the manipulation of Asia. this manipulation, and then we have filter whatever. Yeah, that wick. Then we have that, and then we have another manipulation of these highs. Really gotta know when to enter. %, was hit. The timing on this one, now we're at 9. No more, so timing on this one is very suspicious. This whole thing right here is a sell to buy. And this entry being real. Never mind. Would have been nice though. Very much meaningful. That makes sense. So the last manipulation was here at Asia. Not Asia, London close. And then we had a shift. So that was nice. And the target would be there. That would be the target if we would have hit 50% of it at least. So if we hit this 50%, and then shoot for the so on the 4. Okay. The high. Yeah, this whole thing would have been an entry. Plus the 50%. Oh, I keep on winding this whole thing up because there's so many ways you couldn't really. Not so many ways, but there's different ways. Yeah, so you can take it from here. Let's stop here. And then aim for the manipulation leg. What's just this? -1. -0.1. That's -1, 0. And that's top manipulation leg right there. That would have been nice. So the next entry. A chair is just a chair. Alright. Who is last manipulation? Settle buy wasn't looking like the greatest, but nevertheless still settle buy. This whole thing right here. Yeah, okay. It's kind of weird, man. Bro, I can't. Hold on, man.